Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Late Shift. I am your host, Suleiman Steele. It is a glorious day here in Johannesburg. I don't understand this weather. I'm not entirely sure how to dress in the morning, but whatevs. We're making it work. It's autumn, so it's hot and cold. It's a very temperamental type of weather. Very moody. But anyway, we're here. We're going to shoot the show. Let's get it on. So first and foremost, I would like to congratulate a good man, very good man. He was so many wrong things, but you know what the thing is? He's a good man. Just come on, people. Jacob Zuma. He is having another baby, and he is getting married. Jacob Zuma, congratulations, sir. You are the gift that keeps on giving. That you can take it as many ways as you wish, but I just wanted to say that one of the reasons is because I don't know how many, isn't he like 12 or 13 kids or something like that, 7 wives? Like, man, this guy's either starting, he's thinking of starting a company or he's starting a football team. Like, I don't understand this, but anyway, congratulations to you and your soon-to-be bride. We wish you the best. We wish your child all the wealth and health. The wealth is going to be sorted, we know this. But yes, thank you. Moving on. James Comey's new book dropped last week sometime. If you guys don't know James Comey, he is the former FBI director who was fired by Donald J. Trump. And the book came out and Donald's still going at him, talking about the memos that were fake, and this and that, and this and that, and this and it's enough. It's enough now. Whatever. The book is out. Go and check it out. Go give it a read. I definitely know that this week I'm going to be giving it a listen because I'm an audiobook type of person. I'm definitely keen to find out some more juicy details because I've been going through Michael Wolff's book Inside the White House, Fire and Fury. Sorry. And I would actually see the comparisons between the two because Michael Wolff's book is insane, man. Like, there's a lot of there's some crazy things in there. So I want to see if James Comey has that same, I don't know what the word is, but that same zhuzh, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Moving on. Let's go. This week was a weird week, man. Weird week. We saw Barbara Bush pass away, former First Lady of the United States. Our condolences go out to the Bush family. She was 94. It's crazy. It's crazy that we got to see some great stuff. Come out really great words from a lot of great people. And it's it's a sad day. I feel anytime somebody dies, it's a sad day. And on that, I don't know if you guys saw. Avicii passed away. It was announced on Friday evening. Man, that was, surprising. That hit me a lot harder than I had thought, because of just, Avicii's impact on dance music. Avicii, he put dance, for me, this is my opinion, he put dance music on the map at a time when it really wasn't. It was very much seen as, it was a drug scene. It wasn't a very positive scene. And here comes this 17, 18-year-old kid, and he basically puts it on the map and delivers some of the greatest dance songs ever. And it's a sad day to see Tim gone, because at the end of the day, his impact and what he's the reason that a lot of guys are producers, a lot of guys are DJs. He changed the game, and for me this isn't one of those times because I was seeing a lot of this, who's to blame, we know that Avicii took some time away from touring because he spoke about how hard the touring was on him and living this, this DJ lifestyle is, and the crazy thing is that I don't think in any industry we speak about it. Right? It doesn't matter what industry you're in, what business you're in, we don't speak about the trials and tribulations that people go through on a daily basis. People going through depression, people going through suicide, people are going through these things, and at the end of the day, it's just not, I don't feel it's addressed enough. you know, and now we're seeing a lot of, yeah, we're seeing, I guess, people who were like Avicii's age when he first started, they coming into the industry now, you know, and I feel like they don't have that guidance in terms of what to do and what not to do and where to be, and, you know, I think your wealth and, I mean, your health and well-being is so much more important than any check, you know, like, that's just, you know, I'm sure you can agree with me there. You know, there's no amount of money that could actually stop you from looking after yourself. You know, your mentally, because a lot of people, you know, we forget about that, you know, and it's a sad time for dance music, because at the end of the day, this is the last thing that this scene needed. But at the same time, it's a very good thing, because now we can start having conversations that need to be had around depression, anxiety, suicide, addiction. You know, like, there's a few people that I spoke to back in the day when I was still DJing and producing, where, you know, we knew for a fact that Avicii, you know, he was, you know, addicted to booze. You know, he was drinking way too much. You know, and it's a thing that sucks. You know, and at the end of the day, you never want to see that. You know, and these are things that he even discussed in a lot of interviews. We don't, you know, at the end of the day, this party lifestyle is not what it is. It should be viewed as a job, but at the end of the day, the worlds do collide. But, you know, any kids out there looking to do this, make sure you have make sure you have correct guidance, man. Make sure that you know that what you're in it for, you know, and take care of yourself, you know. And still within the same sphere, Vern Troyer, you know, also known as Mini-Me, also passed away on early Sunday. Man, also apparent suicide. I don't have all the details on that. You know, it's still very sketchy in terms of what was given out. But yeah, you know, a lot of people spoke about how he also suffered with addiction and how he also suffered with depression. This is real, people. Like, when are we gonna start realizing that it doesn't matter who you are, you can be the biggest person in the world in terms of having the most money, or you can be the poorest person in the world. Your mental health, I think we all get affected by it, no matter what. No matter what. You know, each and every one of us goes through some mental anguish. We just have to start dealing with it. You know, we need to start conversating about these things, because at the end of the day, all we have is us. You know, and it sucks that people are, you know, you can't actually communicate with people. You can't reach out to people because, well, for whatever reason. You know, so my condolences goes out to Vern Troyer's family and friends. It's you know, anytime I see anything like this, it hits home, man. It hits home, because, I mean, I know I've suffered with depression, and I've suffered with, you know, not mental illness to that extent, but, you know, that type of illness where you know, your self-worth, your self-doubts, everything around yourself is extremely low. I've been there, and it's never easy. You know, for me, for example, I'm fortunate enough to have my mother to speak to. You know, who do you have to speak to? You know, reach out, man. Like, at the end of the day, you never know who needs you. You know, so yeah. Moving on. This was a very cool story. I love this because I love the brand, because I just love what they do. Amazon, ladies and gentlemen, have pulled off yet another cute little awesome piece. So Amazon now is going to allow their employees to bring their pets, their four-legged pets, into work at their Seattle headquarters. How amazing is that? Like, honestly, how awesome is that? Like, especially if you're that type of person, and we all know, I mean, I'm that type of person, my family, we are those type of people who love their pets, love spending time with their pets. Our pets make us happy, and sometimes we actually want to interact with our pets more than we do with humans. That's just, like, that's true. Now you can bring your pet to work, that's awesome. I think it's great. I really do. I think it's awesome, and, you know, shout out to Amazon, man. This is how you push boundaries, and this is why you see companies like Amazon, Google, Facebook always up there as the best companies to work for. Not just because of the financial perks, but because of the actual perks of being able to work there. You know, for me, I think that is just an absolutely amazing, amazing piece of information. You know, so thank you, Amazon, for setting the bar yet again. Don't worry about Donald Trump fighting with you guys. I don't know if you guys saw that, right? When blasted Amazon for basically ruining the post office because because people just use Amazon, so the post office price. Dude, whatever. The world is changing, Donald. Like, that's unfortunate. There are so many other industries that are dying because of technology. That's just the way it is. It's tough. Shout out to Amazon. Appreciate you. Brand salute goes out to you. You guys, you'll keep killing it, man. Moving on. You saw how I mixed the Donald in there to bring in the Storm E. Daniels. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Stormy Daniels. She just announced there will be $100,000 reward for the man. I don't know if you guys saw the image. There's this image that she posted of the guy who threatened her in Vegas, who was supposedly hired by the Donald. Interesting thing about this is the guy kind of looked like her ex-husband or ex-boyfriend or whatever the case may be, which is weird. But yeah, I don't understand the Stormy. You know, and what are you gonna use the 130 that you got to keep quiet to pay for this? Because if you find him, then you'll get more money. That's clever. I like the way you think, Stormy. Good thinking, very good thinking. But yes, if anybody knows him or where he is, hit up Stormy Daniels. I think it's at Stormy Daniels on Twitter. Might work. Cool. Yes. Awesome. Moving on. Oh man, so this is pretty cool. This kid, his name is Flynn McGarry. Pretty sure you might have heard of him, or you might not have heard of him, but whatevs. The reason I'm speaking about this young man is he's 19 years old, and he has recently opened up a restaurant in New York City. The reason why he opened up this restaurant is because he didn't like his parents cooking. So he started cooking, right? He taught himself how to cook and all that type of jazz, as these millennials do nowadays. They just go onto YouTube and learn how to do some stuff. He didn't like his parents cooking, started cooking, and he's now opening up a restaurant. Well, he's opened up a restaurant. And he was basically, one of the great things is he is speaking about the hate that he's received in terms of people saying that he's too young to be a chef and so on and so forth. And I was like, because I loved his response, there's always going to be haters. Always. No matter what you do, there's going to be haters. The question is, are you going to let those haters get to you? I mean, we've seen so many brands buckle, especially online, right? God, they buckle when they get like a bad review or they get a negative comment. They either delete it, don't respond, or just go for it, right? Like they attack that person. But how does that really help you? Like it just makes you seem like a bad business, right? And I think a lot of people miss that online and on social media, is that looking like a bad business will lose you money very quickly. H&M, for example, right? Bad business practices will always get you fried on social media. So, shout out to Flynn. I'm super keen. Like I'm keen to see like how he progresses. You know, because at the end of the day, these kids, as I keep saying it, man, these kids are the goddamn future. And the stuff that they are doing, a lot of them are doing some incredible things. So Flynn, salute to you, my friend. I appreciate that. Moving on. Cool. Last week we saw some hecticness in Mahikeng. The protest that took place. Yeah, the residents were basically complaining about service delivery in their area. You know what is interesting about this for me is, so it's like this is a very nuanced situation, because at the end of the day the protests were had and they ruined quite a bit of the town. I mean, F&Bs were destroyed, Caltex were destroyed, shops were buggered up, like smashed, right? But my thing is, who's gonna fix those stores now? You know what I mean? Like, I understand you're protesting. I'm not against that at all. Especially when it comes to service delivery, especially in this country. It's bad. It's bad. And I can't imagine what it's like in that part of South Africa, because I don't live there. But you know what? This is how I get to see what's really taking place. You know, I'm not condoning the violence in any way, shape, or form, but I kind of feel like, you know, protests, and especially violent protests, they come from a place where we've spoken, we've asked, and you know, it's continuous. Now we're gonna take some action because we've tried, right? And it's almost like the South African government wants this to happen, these type of protests, because we don't respond. I saw Cyril's response, we will fix it, I promise. So it's make another promise. Can we stop with the promises and start delivering on something? Stop running in damn Cape Town. Stop it. Let's sort this thing out. You know, I hate to see this. Genuinely, I hate to see how much we have to protest in South Africa to get anything done. Anything. Alright, but when it's time to raise the taxes or raise this or raise that, cool, let's do it. Quick, quick, quick. Time to get rid of a president. Quick, quick, quick. When it's time to deliver for the people who you got rid of that president for to help, where you at? Where are you? You know, like, I don't get it. You know, this is, for me, this is, and it's always just this bad reflection on South Africa. You know, and this is why people in Europe and the world speak about, and you know, this show is about brands and businesses and stuff like that and that. So I view South Africa as a brand and as a business, because we all know that that's what it is, right? Every single country is a business. You guys do understand that, right? That's why Americans fought so hard to have Donald Trump in power, because he's a businessman. That's why we wanted Cyril Ramaphosa in power, because he's a businessman. So they run businesses, which is what this is. But where's the businessman now, businessman? You know what I mean? Like, we can't keep having this. You know, we're coming to 2019, next year is the election, and I mean, we're really seeing, I mean, the DA, it seems like Helen Zille, every other week she's tweeting something racist. I'm not even going to get into the racist tweet that she mentioned, but it had to do with slavery and how slavery might not have been such a bad thing. And I mean, I'm paraphrasing that as well, so just bear with me. You can go and check out the tweet yourself, like, it's there. And Helen's so blatant that she doesn't delete them, because I don't think she realizes, I don't think she cares, firstly. And secondly, I kind of sit down and go, Musi, what are you doing about this? You can't keep coming out and saying the DA does not support the statements made by Helen Zille. Okay, then who does? Because at the end of the day, Helen Zille is part of your party. If I'm not mistaken, she's in charge of your party, because we all know you're not in charge of your party, right? So, when does this stop? Because this is very much like the Donald Trump type of situation, right? Twitter fingers, every time she's, because most of her nonsense comes out on Twitter. When do we stop this? Like, at the end of the day, we can have discussions, we can this, that, and the other, but at some point in time, we have to get this in check. And this is for me why I think the DA is going to lose, because they don't get a lot of things in check. They struggle, right? Because at the end of the day, it's, oh no, the ANC did this, the ANC did that, but your own house, as I keep saying, your own house, how do you want to go fix somebody else's plumbing when your plumbing doesn't work? Come on, moving on. This, oh my goodness, you know, this, you know, you YouTubers there, you YouTube people, I don't understand who you think you are, or why you think you can do what you'll do, but anyway, a guy named Kangwaren, better known as Reset, he's a YouTuber, he's facing 2 years in prison. 2 freaking years in prison. You know why? Because he gave a homeless man Oreos filled with toothpaste. Alright, this is, the homeless man vomited 5 times. You know, he literally feared for his life. Have you ever eaten? It's a lot, you know. The reason for why he could be facing 2 years in prison is he's being charged with crimes against moral integrity. What is it about these kids who, you know, you've made your fame through YouTube, you've done your part, A, B, and C, you know, you're a superstar in your own right. What makes you think that you can go do whatever you want to other human beings? Like, who do you think you are? Do you know what I mean? Like, what the heck? You know, and I kind of feel like, I'm not saying that this is something that YouTube should deal with, because they really can't. Whatever, people are people, it's not YouTube's problem. But I think that YouTube should continue to hit these guys where it hurts, right in their ad dollars, maybe. Right in their ad dollars. Because that's the only way these guys learn, right? If you look at Logan Paul, he's fell off. Nobody cares about Logan Paul right now. He fell off. Only the people who genuinely know about him, that's who. But these videos have dropped. Nobody cares. And this should be the same thing for Reset. We should not be using social media like this. I don't think, trolling and all of that jazz, it's there. Because I'm doing pranks, that's way before social media. Jackass, for example. But they were doing pranks on themselves. They were not doing pranks on other people. No other people were involved in their pranks. Right? Leon Schuster, okay, he did stuff like this, but it was in a way that nobody got harmed except Leon Schuster. We all remember the freaking PKs he caught some PKs in Pretoria. Woo! Man, I actually missed that thinking about it. But yeah, I don't think you YouTube people, social media, all of us actually, we should not be doing this, right? Because it's just whack. Moving on. Oh man, I watched this video yesterday of what happened at Moses Mabhida Stadium after Kaizer Chiefs lost in the Nedbank Cup semi-final. It was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. A woman was, a security guard, a female security guard was absolutely battered. She was battered by supporters. I'm talking about kicked, hit with chairs. She was assaulted, and as far as I know, she is in critical condition right now in the hospital. I really wish her the best, but these animals need to be charged, man. You know why I say animals? Because at the end of the day, this is how animals behave. Us as human beings, we have become animals. Animals are more controlled than us. How is that possible? How? And we are we're supposedly the evolved species. What the crazy thing is? It was one person. She was by herself. She was already on the ground. And they beat her. Senselessly. Why? Because Chiefs lost. I'm sorry, but if your team is whack, that is not the security guard's problem. Your team is whack because your team is whack. And you know what we see in the rest of the world, especially in the football world, when things like this happen, the club gets a massive fine, and they get to play. They play, yes, they continue to play, but in a closed stadium, no supporters. I want to see that. Kaizer Chiefs and SAFA need to make sure that happens. I know exactly how corrupt SAFA is. You guys are this is probably gonna fall away, but it should not. People, we should actually continue to protest this. Because this type of violence it's unacceptable. You can't go to a soccer match without fearing for your life. Really? Really? Come on. Moving on. Staying on the football front, my main man, Mo Salah. Mo Salah won the PFA Player of the Year yesterday, the Premier League Player of the Year, and he had to win it. Who else was going to win it? Kevin De Bruyne, please. He played well. He did brilliantly. He led his team to the title. He did. And Kevin De Bruyne, for me right now, is I feel like he's like the new Iniesta. Oh, he's slick. But Mo Salah was just a revelation, people. Brought in a winger. He's the 4th player to score 30 goals in a season. And you know who those other players are? Alan Shearer, Cristiano Ronaldo, Luis Suarez, and Mo Salah. I'm proud to say that 2 of those players are from Liverpool. Very, very happy about that. But Mo deserved it. So shout out to Mo Salah, the King of Egypt. I salute you, sir, for winning the PFA Player of the Year. Awesome stuff. And tomorrow we go again, right? Champions League versus Roma. Oh, I'm pumped. I'm nervous, but I'm pumped at the same time. I'm super excited to see how it goes. Want Real Madrid in the final. I told you this. I've been saying this. And if we get Madrid in the final, I don't care what you guys have to say about Ronaldo and his greatness. I know Ronaldo's greatness. I've seen Ronaldo's greatness. But I think we can take it. I believe. Genuinely. Remember everybody said we couldn't beat City? Yeah, how about that? Catch me outside. Boom, get out of here. Moving on. Oh, man. Yeah, here we go. Here we go, America. Here we go. Early yesterday morning, there was a shooting at a Waffle House. A man by the name of Travis Rankin basically walked in and shut up the place. Four people are dead, and some are in critical condition. I don't really want to talk about this guy, but I'm going to. But the person I want to highlight here is actually James Shaw. James Shaw is the man who disarmed this psychopath, and he took a chance, man. He took a chance. He saw him looking at his gun. I guess he was trying to refill, and he took him down, wrestled him to the ground, got the gun away, tossed it over the counter, and the guy got away. Police are still searching for him. There's a massive manhunt. He's now in the top 10 most wanted people in America. But man, how? So let me continue here before. Travis Rankin, right? This guy was arrested for trespassing at the White House. Said he wanted to see Donald Trump last year. And basically, he got arrested by the Secret Service. He told the Secret Service he was a sovereign citizen, whatever. He got arrested for trespassing. Cool. They dropped the charges because he completed his community service. Okay, whatever. Then the FBI seizes his firearms. They seize his guns. But then they give his back his guns. The same guns that he used at the shooting. Okay. So you guys found a psychopath, realized he was a psychopath, and they were like, cool, he's just a psychopath. Let's let him go. I don't understand this. Did you not have enough evidence on the guy to understand that he was a danger to society? I mean, that's my thing, right? Isn't this what do you deem a danger to society now? You know, because I mean, Donald Trump's been fighting about what's happening in California with the prisoners that are being released there. He's claiming that they're a danger to society, and if some are, yeah, cool. But is this gentleman not a danger to society? What's gonna happen? Like, are we gonna call mental illness yet again? Is this what's gonna happen? Like, we're gonna call mental illness when he does get caught? If he does get caught. Because he apparently still has 2 guns on him. So this guy's looking like he's going for it all. I'm not saying that I hope that this guy gets brought down. I hope that he gets caught. I hope that he gets questioned. But I don't want to hear about his mental illness in this situation. Because I feel like, you know, funny enough, as much as I'm a champion for mental illness, you can't condone this. You can't use mental illness to try and get away from this. If you shoot up a place and then leave consciously knowing, all of this is very conscious to me. People who are mentally ill don't do that. James Shaw, as far as I know, you're out of hospital, so salute to you, sir. You may have saved many more lives. Many, many more lives. You say that you are not a hero, but right now, to the rest of us, you, sir, are a hero. Moving on. So, you guys know Chicken Licken, right? We all know Chicken Licken. We all love Chicken Licken. Like, Chicken Licken's like, it's Chicken Licken. What more could I possibly say? So anyway, Chicken Licken has now, I don't know if you guys saw their new ad, where they basically where the guy creates a robot. He uses AI to create his robot, and basically the robot leads his life. The reason for this is that so he can satisfy his Chicken Licken cravings. So this guy basically does everything. The robot does everything that he would do. He goes and because this guy's a teacher, he goes and he teaches. He hangs out with the family and so forth, so on and so forth, until at the end of the ad, he gets busted by his wife because he's in Chicken Licken. His wife is walking with him, but she sees him, the real him, in Chicken Licken. I just thought that was brilliant. Like, it's really cool to see companies, or businesses, brands, especially in South Africa, embrace something like AI in that way. You know, it had a very Sophia type of look to it, which is what I thought was dope. I don't know if that was intentional, but I was baffled. You know, man, I love the ad. It was just like, whoa, that is creative thinking. It's going with the times. It's what's happening right now. It's where we are. It's where we at, right? So shout out to Chicken Licken, man. Like, wow, Chicken Licken. Feel like Chicken Licken right now. But you guys, thank you so much. That was a super duper ad. You guys should go and check it out. Yeah, very clever. Continuing with Chicken Licken, I actually saw one of their new billboards. Just more easy, simple. See, that's the thing, right? Especially when it comes to advertising, the simplest thing probably will work, right? So, because this is what it is, it's a black screen, and it literally says, happiness comes in a box and a rubber band. If you've had Chicken Licken, you know that it's a box with a rubber band over it. You know this, and you know when you, even before you open that box, you are salivating. While you're waiting for the Chicken Licken, you're salivating. So just great thinking, pushing happiness. Thank you, Chicken Licken. You guys are amazing. Moving on to the final portion, the hip hop portion. I always gotta give you the hip hop juice, people. Always. That's what I do. J. Cole dropped a new album, KOD. Kids on Drugs, King Overdose, a whole bunch of different variants to it. But I've listened to this since it came out on Friday. I listened to it every single day this weekend. Mainly because I'm a J. Cole stan. Like I'm a super hardcore fan. Other people, for example, didn't like his last project, For Your Eyes Only. I thought it was a dope project. I loved it. I don't think J. Cole has a bad project. In my opinion, he hasn't dropped a bad project, and this is no exception. Really solid project, great production, great lyrics. No single. See, this is what like hip hop is like. Not just hip hop. Music has changed so much in this day and age that there's no longer a single that they release first to get the hype going, because now they want you to go to your specific platforms. Like he dropped a video for ATM, put it on YouTube, right? Because now you're gonna go and you're gonna consume it there. But at the end of the day, he's going to feed you to actually consume the whole album. Right? So like think about that. How are you getting people to consume all your content in one place and at one point in time? It's brilliant, right? One thing I didn't like about what happened like with J. Cole's album was the track 1985, where, okay, I'm gonna say this. The internet made it seem like he dissed Lil Pump. And Lil Pump then responded on Instagram saying, you dissed the 17-year-old. Okay, let's do this. First and foremost, Lil Pump, you put out a song called F. J. Cole, right? You came at J. Cole. J. Cole then not disses you. He actually dropped knowledge on you. He gave you advice for your career, you stupid 17-year-old. And you see, this is the problem, right? Sometimes these kids, and especially in hip-hop, is that they say things, and then when they get a response, they're like, oh, I'm only a child. You can't do that. You can't. Don't poke the bear, and then when the bear slaps you, you wonder why you got slapped. It's that simple, right? I think the internet took this too far. You know, then it was, is he dissing Uzi? Is he dissing Yachty? He's not dissing anybody. He's just giving these kids advice. He's literally just doing that. He's helping them out, which is what's needed. Thank you, J. Cole, for the album. I appreciated it, and I'm gonna keep bumping it. It's staying in my rotation heavy. Moving on, the man, the myth, the icon, the goddamn genius that is Kanye West is back on Twitter. And you know, anytime Kanye West comes back on social media, it's a big deal because he's probably doing something crazy. And I didn't think that, right? I didn't think that at first because he had really, like, he went through a series of tweets where he was talking about being creative, being yourself. You know, stop focusing on being something that's original because it's already been done. Just figure out how you can make it better. You know, he basically said that he was self-publishing his book right there live on Twitter. And I was like, man, that's beautiful. Gems, knowledge. And there's something that we like to use a lot here at Focal Shift is jab, right hook, Gary Vee. If any of you know Gary Vaynerchuk, you'll know that term. Which is basically give, ask. And that's what Kanye did. Kanye did that in a big way. He spoke, and then all of a sudden he starts showing you the new Yeezy range. He tells you about all the albums that are coming out, Tiana Taylor, He's, Kid Cudi, Pusha T, Nas. He starts to give you what you actually want from Kanye West, right? What we consume is the music and the fashion. I was like, whoa, man, that was clever. You know when it happens, after it happens, you're like, whoa, this guy jab, right hook me quick, because it spread like wildfire. Everybody was going nuts. And this was the interesting thing. When he started dropping like the fashion line and all of that, not all the hip hop pages picked it up anymore. They left that alone. Not even the fashion pages picked it up. See, that's the thing. When you jab, right hook, where does your right hook actually land, and who are you trying to land it on? You know, when it came to the music, we all latched because that's what we all wanted. But when it came to the fashion side of it, everybody was kind of like, because I feel like they still don't believe in Yeezy as a fashion line. I'm not saying they don't, but I'm saying there are some skeptics. But at the end of the day, Yeezy's proved it, man. Yeezy just jumped over Jumpman. We've heard that phrase before. Kanye West, I'm so happy you're back on social media. Please don't leave us for too long. And I can't wait for your albums. Good music albums are coming out in June. Very excited. So that's a lot. Pusha T, Tiana Taylor, Kid Cudi, whoa. You know, Kid See Ghost, Cudi and Kanye on the same album. That's gonna be fire. Fire. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I want to close out the show by simply thanking one man. You know, it's crazy. I've given him a lot of nonsense over the past few years because I feel that he overstayed his welcome, and that is Monsieur Arsene Wenger, the manager of Arsenal Football Club. I wish you the best of luck on your retirement. Thank you for the memories. You know, thank you for what you brought to English football, and thank you for the Invincibles. You know, I don't know if we would be able to have seen Robert Pires, Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry. I said Dennis Bergkamp already, I did, right? You know, I was just trying to think. Patrick Vieira, Martin Keown, Tony Adams, you know, David Seaman. Whoa. I don't know if you'd be able to see a team like that if it wasn't for you. You know, I don't think we'd be able to see a team with that much panache and style because of you. You changed the English game, but you did overstay your welcome. You should have left a very long time ago, and I think you kind of ruined the legacy. You ruined your own legacy, you know, by staying as long as you did, because you didn't add much to it. But merci beaucoup, Senor Wenger. I just spoke French and Spanish at the same time. Multilingual, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. It has been a great show. I had fun. It flowed. That really went by very quickly. It's sad, but we'll be back next week for episode 16. It's crazy, right? We're already 15 episodes in. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. I've been your host, Suleiman Steele. This is The Late Shift. Stay safe out there. Peace!